started.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, continuing from section number 4. This section is only two surahs. Two ayat, ayat number 23 and 24. And I've named this section Short Life. Or the lecturer I heard named it Short Life. Okay? So, now what's happening is, till now, just to let you know, from ayah number 1 till ayah number 22, Allah Ta'ala was directly speaking to the general public, including the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Okay? Now, Allah Ta'ala is going to shift the way He's doing conversation. He's going to be telling the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to tell us things. Okay? So like He says here, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, say, it is He who has created you and endowed you with hearing, seeing and hearts. Little thanks you give. Okay? A very important reminder that Prophet ﷺ was emphasizing that you tell them that it is He who has endowed you with hearing, seeing and hearts. Well, where's the brain? Right? Question comes to mind, where's the brain? So when you're looking at stuff, you're observing. When you're listening to things, you're taking in information. And where's that information going?
Right.
To the brain, right? It's already being processed in the brain. He hasn't mentioned your mouth, because your mouth is used not to input information, but to for the output of information. You use your mouth for the output of information, right? So to take in information, you use your eyes, you observe, and you hear. Okay? Or you read, Iqra. Okay? Now what happens is, sometimes let's say, I'll give you an example, right? I really want to buy a BMW M4. I don't have the money to buy it. Okay? I've got someone give me an option, go take out finance. You've got a good job, you've got a good salary, take out finance. Pay off monthly rentals. Now I really like the BMW M4, I really want to buy it. Well, by looking at the situation, by taking in information, hearing it, I've observed that first, taking out finance, riba is haram in the Quran. That's going against your religion. Talking about myself. Second, what's the guarantee of my job? What if tomorrow I lose my job? What's the backup plan? I don't have any money in my account. I'll be left with debt. I'll be left with my credit history. I'm going to be blacklisted, basically. I'm going to be broke. So my mind is telling me that no, it's not suitable for you at the moment, according to your situation, to buy this car. But what's my heart saying? Go for it. And you know, most of the time what happen is, we go with the heart. You know what? ले लेते हैं, देखी जाएगी. होता है ना ऐसा? 90% of the times, we go with the heart. If we go sometimes things do turn our way. Sometimes we do buy the car and we do pay off the finance. We do keep our job. All right? But most of the time, situations can change. So we're not going with the mind, basically. We're going with the heart. So it's the same way with religion, with God and everything. Even the disbelievers, even with scientists, any scientist you listen to, the answer he'll give you in the end is there is some superpower out there that's created all this, that's in control. Okay?
You just carry on where you don't have to go backward.
Okay, that's fine.
Pick up.
I'll catch up with you after, yeah?
Yeah. That's all right.
Okay, so it's the thing is, Allah Ta'ala is saying, when you go see the creation, when you go look into the skies, your iman will become strong. When you hear my Quran, when you listen to Quran, when you take information, your iman will be strong, and your brain will process information. Your brain will have the yaqeen, and then your heart will turn as well. Alright? So, you know, in the previous section, or the section before that, where Allah Ta'ala was talking about heaven and hell, there was an ayah in there when the people who were in hell were saying that only if we had listened. Going back to the ayah, I'll point out to you, it's ayah number 10. Alright? If you pay attention to that, ayah number 10, they said there that had we but listened or used our intelligence, we would not have been among the dwellers of the blazing fire. So had we heard Allah Ta'ala again, Prophet Muhammad was saying, now before Allah Ta'ala was saying, now the Prophet Allah Ta'ala is telling the Prophet to tell us that I've endowed you with hearing and seeing, so that and hearts, so that you can turn your hearts. Little thanks that you give. Allah Ta'ala has given us free will. This free will is not given to animals. Animals don't have that capacity. They have some intelligence that I will explain in Surah Rahman to you, but they don't have the intelligence we have. The way we observe things, the way we think, all right, the way we can process information. Even the angels, the malaikas, even they are only designed to obey Allah. Okay, there's no if and buts for them. Allah Ta'ala has given us this privilege to convince ourselves to seek knowledge. Okay. Ayah number 2. Say it is He who has created you from the earth, and to Him shall you be gathered in the hereafter. Adam alayhi salam mitti se banaya, created from earth. Allah Ta'ala was talking about earth in the previous section. I've made the earth what's the word? Sorry. Who was that one? Was in the previous ayah. Okay, I've made the world subservient for you, and now Allah Ta'ala again another benefit. I created you from earth. Remember in Surah Mulk we were talking about the embryo. Now before that, the first human being was created from earth. Okay. Now how this is another scientific study I did was basically, if you take a sample of the earth, the clay salsal, that's how a human being was created from. All the elements present in that mud or the earth is in our bodies. Our body is made up of all those elements. Like hydrogen, oxygen, different molecules. All the molecules present in the earth are existing in our body. That's another scientific proof that we are from earth. And when we die, what does our body become? Earth. Yeah. We decay into earth.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's okay. So that's section 4 basically. Life is short. Surahs are short in this one as well. Mm-hmm. Life is short. Use your listening. Use your hearts. Turn your hearts. Okay. I've created you from earth. You're gonna go back to earth soon. Soon you're going back that way. All right. So let's move on, guys, to section number 5. Verse number 25 to 27. Why? When? So this was taking place in Mecca again. So after the Meccans, the Quraysh are being told that you're going to die, there's going to be a hell, your body's going to decay, there's going to be a day of judgment. The next question they were asking is, when is this going to happen? When is this going to take place? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this section, the 5th section, these 3 ayahs are about that. They say, when will this promise come to pass if you are telling the truth? They're saying to the Prophet, when is this promise going to come? When is this judgment day, doomsday is going to happen? Or when is the earth going to sink us in? Or bring your punishment if there is your Lord. Bring him face to face. Bring your punishment upon us now. Okay. Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the knowledge of its exact time is with Allah only, and I am only a plain warner. Okay. One more thing to highlight there. Section number 2 section number 2 was hell and heaven. All right. Mm-hmm. In there, when they were being cast into hell, the gatekeeper of the hell asked them, "Did no warner come to you?" Okay. Section 5. Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the knowledge is with Allah only, and I am only a plain warner. So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying to them, I am that warner right now. You're gonna regret this later on. If you don't listen to me and you're being cast into hell, the angel's gonna say, did no warner come to you? Alright? But when they will see it, meaning the day of torment, or the day of resurrection approaching, the faces of those who disbelieve will be different. And it will be said, this is the promise which you were calling for. Okay? So when a child is being, I'm just giving you an analogy, right? When a child is being naughty, and the mother says, stop, otherwise I'm going to call your dad. And he's like, I don't know, when is dad going to come? What's dad going to say to me? But when he sees the dad walking through the door,
he's quiet.
His expression changes, right?
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say. You're being told right now, there's hell, there's a judgment day coming. Hell's going to be brought forward to you. Okay? And then Allah Ta'ala is saying, that day, don't worry, that day, the answer is going to be on their faces, their expressions. When they see it with their eyes, that's when they will know that this is what we were promised. This is here now. This is the real thing. Okay, this is which you were calling for. This is what you were so eager for it to happen. Okay? Alright, so this is end of section 5 basically. So why? So what happens is basically here, it's just questions, what the Makkahs were asking. When is this going to happen? Asking questions to Prophet ﷺ, and he was answering them back. Now entering into the final section of our surah is section number 6. Verse number 28 to 30. We are weak. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell me, if Allah destroys me and those with me, or He bestows His mercy on us, who can save the disbelievers from the painful torment? Okay. So like I was just telling them, this is happening in Meccan time. The Quraysh are persecuting Prophet ﷺ, his companions. They're torturing them. They're killing the Sahabas. Okay, the Prophet ﷺ, you want to destroy us, right? You want to kill us. So the Prophet ﷺ is saying is, because this is when the Prophet ﷺ is going to preach them. They're telling the Prophet ﷺ, they're basically threatening him, saying bad words and stuff. The Prophet ﷺ is replying, tell me. Allah saying to the Prophet, say to them, tell me, if Allah destroys me and those with me, or He bestows mercy on us, right? Who can save the disbelievers from the painful torment? Who's going to save you? Are you saved? So another analogy I'll give you is, let's say my younger brother, he's home, he's on his PlayStation and playing games all night. I'm telling him, you've got your final exams in 3 months, you're going to fail. And he's like, come on man, let me enjoy, don't tell me this now, go away, go out. And I say to him, I'm going to go out, I'm going to stop telling you. But how are you going to pass your exams? Me going away, so this is, when people are trying to warn us, we basically, most of the time do, or I'll give you a better example. I remember when I used to be in Pakistan, we used to be playing cricket, there we've got these Tablighi Jamaat people, right? You probably know Tablighi. They come and they stop you, they start talking to you, okay, don't waste your time, come to the masjid, and you're like, come on man, go away before I batter you or something. Isn't it, right?
Don't want to learn from others.
So if I'm putting myself in that person, he's going to say, okay, I'll go away, you carry on playing, but who's going to save you in the end? I'm just warning you, right? I'm just a warner.
You can take an example like with basically like cigarettes or something. Yeah, everyone knows it's bad, but people still want to go through that process, trying it themselves, isn't it?
So the warnings are there for you, right? Basically, what he's saying is, the Prophet saying, I'm just here for a warner. I might go away. Who's going to save you in the end? Say, He is the most beneficent. In Him we believe, and in Him we put our trust. So you will come to know who is that in the manifest error. So this is the believers talking now. It says, it is Allah, in Him we believe, and in Him we put our trust. So you will come to know in the end. In the end we will know who was in error. Kaun galti pe tha? Hum ya tum. ठीक है? Final ayah, remarkable ayah. Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell me, if all your water were to be sunk away, who then can supply you with flowing spring water? What's the water? What's it assigned for? Life. If there's no water on this planet, what's going to happen? Everyone's going to die.
Nothing.
So Allah Ta'ala is giving an example. Before Allah Ta'ala was giving an example that earthquakes might come, violent winds might come. Allah Ta'ala is saying, what if I just simply take away the water? That's it, nothing else. I just take the water away. I don't make it rain anymore. Plagues come and it doesn't rain. You know what happens? There's hardly any rain in Makkah. All they had was the Zamzam well. They were really proud of that. And you know the story how the Zamzam well appeared there. There was no civilization in Makkah, in that region of Arabia at the time of Prophet Ibrahim, until he left his son. And then the incident that happened, and then how the Zamzam appeared. It was Allah that made that Zamzam, that well, that water was the reason the Makkans were there. They're living there. So Allah is just saying, what if the water I just stop your supplies? There's no more water. If that time, if the supply of Zamzam was cut off, they would have to move out of the city. They couldn't live there anymore. So this is the conclusion of Surah Mulk. Okay? Now, structural analysis. Remark this first ayah, blessed is he in whose hand is the dominion and he is able to do all things. Right, this is the first ayah. Tabarakalladhi biyadihi al-mulku wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. In the end, he's just giving you a glimpse. Last ayah, say, tell me, if all your water were to sink away, who then can supply you with the flowing water? So within his dominion, he's controlling the waters as well. And water is the cause of life, the core of our food supplies and everything else. Okay, the way it rains, the way we have streams, lakes and wells. So Allah is saying, if I cut off the supply from my dominion, no one else who's going to come to your help. Alright? Okay. So I've told you the scientific factors in this, the spiritual factors. Okay, now I'm just going to, like I told you, there's a structural analysis in the Quran. I'm just going to explain that to you. Okay. So the first section was Allah's power. Okay. And the last section is we are weak. The human beings are weak. In the first section, Allah Ta'ala described all His powers. Look at the skies, the seven skies, the layers, the stars and everything. Okay. In the last section, Allah Ta'ala just said just by pointing out one thing, that even if I took your water away, you're nothing. So that's how weak we are. That's how weak we are, and that's how arrogant we get. Okay. The second ayah, the second section was heaven and hell. Alright? The second last section was when. We're basically asking questions. When is heaven and hell going to happen? Do you see the structural analysis? The way Allah structured this ayah? The third section is immediate threats. The fourth section following is short life. So we think we're healthy, we're going to live long. But the immediate threats, and because of those immediate threats, don't think your life is long, your life is short. The time is short to live in this world. Okay, so this is just a basic structural analysis, and just to point, there's two things that are really fascinating for me, that I found really fascinating. If you see from section 1, verse number 2, where Allah Ta'ala says, it is He who has created death and life. Okay, the last section. This is paired with the last section, right? I said this is being paired with the last section. The last section, the Prophet ﷺ was told to say, tell me, if Allah destroys me and those with me, so the word used, destroy, or kills us, like or with the companions, or He is merciful to us. You see the comparison? Here death and life was used first, here destruction was used first, and then mercy was used first. So death is correlating with destruction, and life is correlating with mercy. You see the anchors? This is some really very general structural analysis I'm giving you. If you go into the Arabic, because I've done Arabic tafsir as well, it just blows your mind away. And so I'll give you some Arabic structure as well, right? Okay, so from verse number 1 till verse number 22, I told you guys that Allah was speaking directly to the general public. Okay, general audience. And then from verse number 23 till verse number 30, it switched. And Allah is talking to the Prophet now and telling him to say, Kul, Kul, Kul. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now look at this. From ayah, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. So, from ayah number 1 till 20, this is how every verse is ending. Look at the rhythm of the words. Qadir, Al-Ghafur, Fatur, Hasir, As-Sa'ir. Okay? So it goes all the way, all the words are ending with a R. You see the rhythm?
Yeah.
All the words are ending. Just open one more thing I want to show you. Yeah, okay, so basically all the way to verse number 22, every sentence is ending with a word with an R. So the last two words till ayah number 22, Ghurur, Wa Nufur, and then ayah number 23, ayah number 22 the rhythm that's going on is changing to mustaqim. The word ends with what? Meme. And after that, the audience switched directly to Prophet Muhammad starting with meme. You see the beauty? And after all those ayat after that are directly to the Prophet. So do you see that structure, the literature analysis? So imagine all this information. Look how well it's engineered. First, it's two things here. It's called a linear coherence. So Allah's power. Then I was talking about heaven and hell. And heaven and hell are far away things. We think that heaven and hell are far away. What about the immediate threats? What about the earthquakes? What about the violent winds? Okay? Then it switches to immediate threats, which is short life. And short life, then you ask the questions, when? And when it goes to you are weak. So this is a linear progression, and then this is a ring composition. So what ring composition is, that if I form all this in one line, so basically I'll give you another illustration quickly. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 is connecting with 6. Alright? So there's a ring going on to 1 and 6. Okay? 2 is connecting with 5. So there's a ring going on to 2 and 5. 3 is connecting with 4. So there's a ring going on to 3 and 4. So there's a linear coherence, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, and then the ring composition. Do you see the engineering of Allah Ta'ala in his words?
Yes, yeah.
So all the scientific stuff in there, all the literature stuff in there, and everything in there. Okay, now coming back to the hadiths. Two main hadiths for this Surah Mulk, right? One, that this surah will intercede for you on the day of judgment till you're forgiven. On the day of judgment when we're about to go into hell and heaven. Do you see how much is being talked about heaven and hell? Okay? Alright? And then it says, the second hadith is, the Prophet ﷺ said, that whoever reads Surah Mulk before going to sleep, he will be saved from the torment of the grave. Yeah. Do you see how illustrated the life is? Life is short, immediate threats. Okay? So when you read this, when you understand this, and when you understand that there's going to be heaven and hell, you're obviously going to start working towards the afterlife. Right? When you know life is short, you won't miss your namaz. You don't know you're not going to wake up tomorrow. You won't miss the daily, the fundamentals of Islam. So this is how surahs work. We think that we're reading in Arabic without understanding it's a magic's going to happen. You have to understand this. And when you do it, when you implement on these surahs, when you implement on the ayahs of Allah, when you follow them, that's when, after that, once the effort's made, then Allah's help will come. That's when this surah will come and intercede for you. And that's why Allah Ta'ala will know that this person used to read my Quran, he used to understand it, he used to follow it, and if he's made some mistake, I'm going to save him from the torment of the fire. I'm not going to let him go into the fire. Right? So that, ladies and gentlemen, was the conclusion of Surah Mulk. Any questions? You've missed a very major part.
So I'll recording.